To something live. This is what's happening right now in New York City. So a rally is underway demanding the release of a new NYC student detained by ICE. Advocates, elected officials, and fellow students are rallying this morning for the release of that NYC student. I believe his name is Mamadou Diallo. Let's take a listen in. This has been going on for a little bit. Let's take a listen into what's happening here at this rally.
And says, how are we going to get involved? What can I do with what I have where I am to protect people like this young man and all of us, because no one is safe right now. Thank
you. Nobody has stood with immigrant communities more loudly and more effectively than our public advocate, Jumaane Williams. It's now my privilege to bring up the council member from this community in Lower Manhattan, my friend and colleague, Chris Marte.
Hi everyone, I'm Councilmember Christopher Marte. I represent the courts in Lower Manhattan. Earlier this year, on the Lower East Side, we had a mayoral forum. An 8-year-old girl stood up to the podium and said, what are you going to do to make sure that ICE doesn't come to my community or come to my school? That was an 8-year-old girl, concerned not for her safety, the safety of her friends, the safety of her neighbors. Today, many kids across the city are going to be watching this news and know that school is just a few weeks away. And even though this did not happen at a public school or any school, they're going to register that he was a high school student, that he was abducted, and because he was an immigrant. And so I want to thank many people behind me, because this administration, the Trump administration, has been doing this to make us numb, to make us not react, to make us not come out in the streets, in the rallies, to make sure that people are heard, and we're putting a spotlight on this. Because this student right here should be ready to go to school in a few weeks. One of the things I love about this photo is the camera he has wrapped around his neck. It's really symbolic that we have so much press in front of us. Because this could be you. For anyone who has a camera, this could be you. Anyone who likes to take photos of birds, this could be you. Whoever wants to take a cooking class, this could be you. Or anyone who's a son of immigrants, a grandson of immigrants, this could have been them. And so we cannot stay silent. We must continue to fight back. Because the day we are silent is the day we lose democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. I'd like to call Keith from Make the Road.
Thank you, Keith.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Keith Fuller, and I'm the youth organizer with Make the Road New York, and right next to me is...
Hi, I'm Yoretzi Valera, and I'm a youth member from Make the Road.
And so we're here today because there's something truly wrong happening in our city, and our students' lives, our students' safety, our students' freedom are on the line. Last week, another high school student in Brooklyn was detained during his immigration court hearing. His name was Mamadou Diallo. It is shameful that this can happen here in the city of New York, the city that we call our home. It is shameful that our federal government is forcing students to live on a what-if basis. What if ICE is at my train station? What if ICE is at my bus stop? What if ICE is outside my corner store? What if ICE is waiting outside my street? What if ICE is waiting outside my house? What if ICE is waiting outside my school? Instead of focusing on future quizzes, what's for lunch, or whether or not they finish their homework on time, our students are left worrying about what the federal government has in store for them. This is not right. Our government is creating conditions that make students afraid to even show up to school. But it is good to see everyone here today. Because in solidarity, we can be the constant reminder to our students that they have allies, that they have power, and that together we will do everything possible to keep them safe. Mamadou is the 4th student that I know of that has been detained by ICE, and I'm sure there have been many more. I know that everyone here will fight not only to free him, but to make sure that no more students fall victim to a corrupt and unjust system. Dylan should be free, and we will continue to fight until he is. Derlis is free, and I am grateful for that. And also Jocelyn. But no student, no person should ever be thrown away or separated from their school or family.
The city needs to step up and defend our students. We must protect our students because if we don't, who will? The detention of Mamadou is unjust and sickening. These are our students. These are our future leaders. We will not stop fighting until they are free. In just a few weeks, students will be heading back to school. Let's make sure Dylan and Mamadou will too. Free Dylan, free Mamadou, and let's ensure no other students is ever forced to live under these conditions again.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for Make the Road New York. Next up, it's my privilege to invite Beth Baltimore from The Door. It's been providing legal services and where Mukhtar had been accessing support and services. Beth, go ahead. Thanks so much.
Thank you everyone for being here. I'm Beth Baltimore. I'm an attorney and I'm the Deputy Director of the Doors Legal Services Center. Thank you. I want to say a special thank you to Fran Lander, who's been accompanying many of our members to court, and to my City Council member, Rita Joseph, for organizing this today. Mukhtar is a DOOR member, and like everyone said, he's deeply involved in the community. He's also not the only DOOR member who is locked up right now for attending their court appearances. One of our other members, another young man from Guinea, had his court proceedings dismissed over his objections in June, and he has been sitting at MDC in Brooklyn since. We have many members who are so scared to go to court. We, the attorneys, the legal team, can't keep up with the horrors that are taking place. We were never afraid to tell people to go to court. There's never been enough free attorneys, enough free legal support for young people in New York, but I've never seen people afraid of being arrested in court. And we're so scared, our members are so scared. We're doing everything we can to stand with them. I'm really proud to be a co-plaintiff along with African Communities Together in a lawsuit to stop the arrest in courthouse, but it has not been enough. And we're doing everything we can, but we can't stop. We need to keep going, be here, be in the courts, demand that these practices stop, and support our youth and our youth in New York City. So free Mukhtar, free Dylan, and free them all. Thank you.
I'd like to recognize and thank my colleague Natasha Williams for joining us from Southeast Queens. And we were also joined earlier by Councilmember Susan Zhuang of Brooklyn, who highlighted to me that many of her constituents, kids, are reaching out to her in her community and letting her know that their parents have been abducted here at federal court, reaching out via social media channels in every way they can to get help. This is impacting every single immigrant community here in New York City, and it is wrong. The final speaker, and then we're happy to answer a few questions, is Ms. Catherine Alford from the NYC Society of Friends Quaker community. They're the neighbor of Mukhtar's high school and a place where he's been accessing services and support and been a part of the Quaker community. So thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, hello. Good morning. My name is Catherine Alford, and I am a friend, which is also known as a Quaker. And one of our core beliefs is that the light of God lives in every person. And we
All right, so you're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Right there, you're watching a rally underway demanding the release of a New York City student, Mamadou Diallo, detained by ICE. Again, advocates, elected officials, and fellow students are there rallying in New York City for his release.